You're listening to the official podcast of the Texas Masonry.
You're listening to Masonry Rocks, the podcast of the Texas Masonry Council.
Welcome back to another episode of our show, Masonry Rocks. If this is your first time listening, again, welcome. If you are a returning listener, well, what we like to say here is walk on. We've got Michelle with us in the studio, aka the Waco office. Michelle, how are you doing this morning?
Doing really great, Lindsay. I'm also really excited to be here on our podcast. My first time putting my face on the podcast.
Well, welcome. We're excited to have you. We're doing some exciting things for this episode. And we also have another very special guest with us, Miss Jacklyn Rudd. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Jacklyn Rudd Islas. How do I say it? Is that how I say it?
Islas, yes.
Islas. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're doing some very exciting things with this episode. We have a special guest with us, Jacklyn Rudd Islas. And the content today is going to be very visual. We're going to make this into a video podcast. We've done this once before, so this is our second time doing this, and we're going to take you on a little journey through an audio-visual journey of masonry craftsmanship, so you guys do not want to miss this. If you're interested in seeing some of our great projects we'll be talking about, check out our videos on YouTube, Facebook, and any of our other digital media spaces. So y'all ready to get started, ladies?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Perfect. All right. So our next segment, we're going to be talking a little bit about the convention back in August. And we celebrated this year a big convention. You were there celebrating with us, Jacklyn, and we celebrated 60 years at our annual convention in the Woodlands. And for those of you, if you know how big we celebrated. And if you don't know, well, we're going to give you a little bit of a taste of what you missed out so you can come join us in August this year in 2020 in Austin. The little bit about the TMC annual conference is a chance for our members, new members, prospects to get together, discuss the challenges and opportunities facing our industry and what the TMC is doing behind the scenes, fighting for the masonry industry across the state. So a way that we do that is through our program called the Golden Trowel Awards program, and we showcase the amazing work, the lasting legacy, and the craftsmanship of all of our industry and our people and the designers across the state. So, Michelle, will you give us a little bit of information to our listeners about the Golden Trowel Awards?
Sure, I'd love to. The Golden Trowels are awards that are given to the overall winning projects across the state. So essentially, each local organization submits the winners of their local Golden Trowels, and then we compile our own panel of esteemed judges, architects, retired masons, contractors, and they judge each project in the categories of single-family residential, multifamily residential, hardscape landscape, retail commercial, government institutional, and block. And then lastly, the People's Choice, which is why we've invited Jacklyn to come and talk about the project that won the People's Choice this year in 2019, the Cornerstone Christian Schools. So this was our first time to ever do a live polling.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lindsay said we'd never done anything as exciting as this for the Golden Trowel. So we had polling, people were polling through the whole ceremony, and this just gives us a really great opportunity to really celebrate the winner, get to know you, Jacklyn, get to know your company, and really tell everybody about the winner and to talk a little bit about that special.
So true. So welcome, Jacklyn. We are excited to have you with us. For our listeners today, a little bit about your company. Since its inception in 1993, Rudd Adams Masonry has built a solid reputation as one of the premier commercial masonry contractors in the Austin, San Antonio area, and if I was saying the whole state. Can you tell us, Jacklyn, a little bit about your company, how long you've been with the company, what's your role, what's your position, and talk to us a little bit about the projects that you guys do.
Yes. Well, thank you again, ladies, for having us. Rudd Adams was, like you said, established in 1993. Terry Adams and Jay Rudd formed the company after being rugby teammates and friends for the Austin Huns Rugby Club. So they were both working in respective fields and decided, okay, let's go into business together. So 26 years later, we're here. I came on board about 10 years ago or so, which seems crazy. And then my position with the company is operations manager. Being a family business, you wear many hats, but so I'm an operations manager, and our kind of projects we do governmental, institutional, educational, you name it, commercial, we're on the job.
Well, very good, very good. And now that you say that Terry and Jay were rugby teammates, that makes a lot of sense now. A lot of sense. So I'm glad to know that information about them. So, so my first question is to you is: out of all the People's Choice, out of all the Golden Trowel Awards, Rudd and Adams, of course, took home the People's Choice Award this year for the Cornerstone Christian School Facility Project. And it was a huge honor. We got a standing ovation almost. How do you feel about this win? And tell us, were you expecting it? Tell us a little bit about the evening of the big reveal.
Well, we definitely weren't expecting it. There was only maybe a handful of us in the room. So it was definitely a great surprise. I think the sharing it there with the architect and the owner's rep was a big thing to be accepted or however voted on by the room full of peers. It meant a lot, and it was a big honor, and we think well deserved.
Well, good. I agree. What was your role within this project specifically? Did you have a role within it?
Yes. So safety director is my main hat that I wear. So I go out and visit the job sites many times, and so Cornerstone was always one I was on. We were there about 2 years. So, and so it was definitely a big role to always go around, make sure everything was safe and how we like it, up to our standards. So. And
have I heard correctly that there will be more possible Cornerstone Christian School projects in the future?
Yes, there hopefully we're the masonry subcontractor on them.
Hopefully we can have enter them into another awards for the next few years. So yes, we hope so too.
They do have the vision to continue to add on, I believe, a high school at so it will be a beautiful campus.
Good. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle to give you a little bit, for all of our listeners, to give you a snapshot of the description of the Cornerstone project.
Yeah, let's dive a little bit into that specific project. I'm just going to read the description that you guys submitted with the project, and then maybe we can have any questions after that. Sure. So here it goes. The campus buildings enlisted over 1 million boral colonial brick and countless units of cast stone. The first level brickwork was designed with rustication courses and stepped jack arches above window and door openings. There's a cast stone band at the second floor, followed by a brick for two more floors. The numerous openings at levels 2 and 3 all employ ornate cast stone window surrounds. The two main entrances of each building are framed by 4 large cast stone columns supporting an intricate cast stone entablature and a gabled cornice with an intricate emblem. Behind the columns is a massive structural arch of bonded brick and a cast stone keep. At the entry door is a cast stone arch with the school's name etched into the cast stone. So that sounds like an incredible amount of custom masonry work. What was that like? And were these all designed by the architect I can't say this. Wygotsky.
How do you say the architect's name?
Wygotsky and Derek. Yeah.
They are great guys, by the way. They're super nice. We loved getting to know them. We're so glad that they got to join us in August. So shout out to Wygotsky and Derek for totally butchering their name. So, but thank you. We love you.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like working with Wygotsky and Derek, and kind of what your favorite thing about the design was?
Yeah, so it was great working with them. We definitely were appreciative that they collaborated with us on some of their designs they had in mind. And then, of course, making it to work into the masonry that we, you spoke of the jack arches above the windows. We definitely, they included us in the design of that and finalizing that intricate work. So it was a great collaboration, and they were open to our help. And yeah, it was overall a great experience.
So speaking of that collaboration with the architect, the contractor, the owner, really having a really good collaboration and relationship, making this project so successful. Tell us a little bit about your crew. Maybe give us a little insight on how many people it took to build this project, and maybe a little bit of working on their campus.
Yeah. So I think at our peak, we probably had about 50 men on site, men and women. We had a couple women work for us on the project as well. Yeah. So it was a lot of hours. It was a lot of hard work, but it was definitely rewarding in the end to see the beautiful school campus that you guys will get to see here shortly. So.
Absolutely.
Had you worked with Wygotsky before this project?
I actually do not know that. I don't think we have. So
cool. Well, I honestly really loved this project from the get-go. It was one of my favorites that was submitted, so I voted for it outright. I think it's okay to say that so far in the future now, but we had really amazing submissions this year. And Jacklyn, I don't know if you know this, but the People's Choice Award was actually really neck and neck until the very, very end. So it was actually neck and neck, but you guys won over Brazos's restoration of the St. Austin's Catholic Church in Austin. I think you guys won by literally one vote.
Well, that's good. That last minute supplier that I talked to really helped.
Well, and that just shows too how many amazing projects that we had competing this year in the Texas Masonry Council's Golden Trowel Award. So it was a very stacked competition all around through all of our categories this year. And the odds of that happening were just so low. It was really neat. So we're so pleased with the participation we had in the outcome at Golden Trowel by the Rudd Adams family, by all of our Masonry family. So we're really excited to take it to the next level again next year at next year's Golden Trowel Awards. So we've asked you all the questions we had about People's Choice and specifically the Cornerstone Christian School. Is there anything that you want to say or add as we kind of wrap up our interview today? Is there anything you want to add to it about women in construction, or specifically this project, or the Texas Masonry Council, the industry, youth? Tell us about, this is a very unique situation. You've got 3 women on a podcast that Masonry experience. You've been with the company 10 years. I've been in the Texas Masonry Council 8 years total. We probably have at least 25 years experience between the 3 of us in the masonry industry. So anything else you want to add and wrap up for today?
No, just thank you again for having me and getting a chance to talk about Cornerstone. We're really proud of this school and look forward to many more years of some beautiful work in the masonry industry. So.
Cool. This is kind of random, but we just posted about the Spec Mix Bricklayer 500 winners last week. But did Rudd Adams compete in the South Texas this year?
We did not. So
next year.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you again. A big shout out to you guys, Rudd and Adams, for being a wonderful member of the Texas Masonry Council, a supporter of helping increase the masonry market share across Texas and really uplifting our industry and building those relationships with the architects and owners and participating with us today. So as we're really working on expanding our footprint within the masonry industry. And so that's all we have. And so again, wanted just to say congratulations. And on a light note, one more little piece of advice. Do you have any career advice that you've been given or that you could help pass forward to anybody listening today? Just a little nugget of information that somebody can take home and put it in their pocket and use one day.
I think the thing that J. Rudd likes to say is keep raising the line. So I think as far as in the masonry industry, that's what we we want to keep raising that line and keep building those buildings. So.
Like that.
That is a great piece of advice. So yes, I may steal that. So I'll quote Jay on that. Keep raising the line.
I think it's an old bricklayer saying, but you can quote him on it.
We're bringing it back. We're bringing the old is coming back as new. So it's been an honor to interview you, get to know you. Next time we will go golfing because I know you like to golf. So we will go golfing next time. We truly appreciate it. And again, thank you for Rudd and Adams for participating and letting us showcase you to our other members out there in the whole industry out there. And so do you have, Michelle, do you have anything else to add?
No, it's just a pleasure to really showcase another woman in the industry. And we can't wait to see what Rudd and Adams submits next year for the Golden Trowels.
Thank you. We're excited.
All right. Well, thank you, Jacklyn. What else do you have to add? Anything else?
No. Again, thank you for including me in this. And I'm excited to see where the masonry industry continues to go from here. So
it's, we're raising the line.
Yeah, there you go.
Raising that line. Well, thank you, Jacklyn. We appreciate it.
Jacklyn.
All right. That concludes our podcast for today. Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And more importantly, we hope that we've given you a little nugget of information to take away. We hope that you have had a chance to view this wonderful project by Rudd and Adams Masonry and Cornerstone Christian Schools. And as we move on this holiday season, we just say, Masonry rocks, rock on.
Rock on.
Rock on. Bye.
You're listening to the official podcast of the Texas Masonry.
You're listening to Masonry Rocks, the podcast of the Texas Masonry Council.